We made some changes to the bid request, bid response, and bid review and accept process. So I'm going to walk through those changes now. As you can see, the buttons at the bottom have changed a bit. I added the view bid responses and changed the wording a bit. So let's go through the flow. So here I'm going to add my services. I got a termite home, house, staging, and photos. I'll add that in here. Other change I made, any service that has not been configured yet will have this blue linked underlined color on it, just basically letting the person know that it has not been configured. The other way you'll know it hasn't been configured is the gear box, or the little gear icon is not fully black. So you can configure by either clicking in here, or you can configure by clicking the gearbox. I'm fine if you want to take out one or the other. I do like having this worded out specifically. So let's go ahead and just configure one of these with my date and time, bid in date, and who I'm going to send my bid to. So now that I've configured, I see that the gearbox is turned black. And then also I see here my wording up here changes to bid request ready to send. Now let's go ahead and fast forward and go ahead and set all of them to have been configured. So I hit the little button here and everything has now been configured. So now that I've configured all of my services, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the send bid requests. So I'll click into the screen here. I'll select the plus sign here. So here what I'm going to be listing is all of the services that have been configured and that are not out for bid yet. That's up here, and this would be all of the service vendors that I would be sending this effectively blast to. I did put these little trash can here in case at the last minute I wanted to remove a service and or a vendor. So the next thing I'm going to do at this point, if I'm fine with what's listed, I'm going to go ahead and hit send. With that, I now have a summary row of what I just sent out with the send date and time, the number of services in the bid request, number of vendors, and number of bid responses, which I haven't received back yet. I also have these icons here to, if for whatever reason I want to resend out to my vendors, and then also this one for sending a test to myself. I can click on the little arrow here to get the details of what was sent out, and then I can click here to collapse. So now that I have sent out all of the bid requests, when I go back to the service page, I now see that the bid requests and all the services, since I sent out all the services for bid request, have now been checked. So now let's go ahead and look at the bid response process. So I have changed the color, back color of the screen. This is a little more gray, just to show that this is a different persona. So this is now from the perspective of the project owner, or not, I'm sorry, of the vendor reviewing the bids. So this is just an example of an email that would get sent out. All of the services that I had in my bid request are listed here. And then I have a link in the email. And again, this is the email version of the notification to the service vendors. And I also have the link. This link would bring the vendor back to the web app page. The vendor could also elect to, instead of receiving an email, receive a text. So this is what the text version would look like. And then I'd have the same link. So I'll go ahead and click on the link here and go into the app. So here I have the request page here. Again, it lists all of the services. Now notice that the bid status here, I've not responded to any yet. So, so now let's say I want to provide a bid response for the home inspection. So I'd click here on the service. Here I can enter if I want to do a pre-bid visit, if I want to request an alternate time, and I can enter my price and other information. So I'm going to go down a little scenario here. Let's say I want to post a question. So the question I would enter here, and now I'm probably going to have to wait to hear the response back to the question. So what I did here is I put a little save button. So when I hit save, this is going to bring me back to the bid request, and now we can see for the home inspection, it's now changed to work in progress. So if I go in here, I just sort of know that, hey, this is in some sort of middle stage. So now let's say I get a response back, and I'll get more detailed in the messaging a little later on, not in this, but just in a few days when I work specifically on the messages. But let's say now I want to go back into the home inspection because I got an alert that the project owner has responded. So I click into the home inspection. Here I see the response here from the project owner. So now I could enter all the information, and let's say that I'm not going to do a pre-bid visit or request an alternate date and time. I'm just going to take what I've been given. So I would enter the price for my bid. I would also enter if I have detailed information I want to provide. I can upload a file, a PDF or a Word file, and then also I can put in who's going to actually, what resource is actually going to go out and perform the service. So once this is all in, I'll hit my submit bid button, and now we can see for home inspection the bid status is now changed to responded. So now let's say I'm also, because I'm specialty, I also do termite inspection. So let's just say I just provided a response for the termite inspection as well. So now we can see for home inspection, the bid status is responded. For termite inspection, the bid status is responded. The rest are not responded. So that's it. So now we're going to jump back to the project owner to review the bid here, the bids that just got sent back. So, and again, I'll go into the messages later, but we would have some sort of an alert to the project owner letting them know that these bid responses have come in. They would click in, and I envision just bringing them right to this page here, the View Bid Responses page. We can see the termite inspection and the home inspection that have both come in. And I have these little red dots basically to show that the project owner hasn't looked at any of these yet. The project owner can then click into any one of these view bids to see the actual bid and review it and accept it. The other way that a project owner could see what bids have come in, and I'm just going to flip to another page here, is on the service page. Here you'd see the bids received. So I got one bid from the termite and one bid for the home. So this is another way that I can go in to review the bids. In this case, when I click in the termite inspection, the number one here, when I click in, it's going to bring me back to this same page that I had before, but now I'm just limiting it to the termite inspection. So yeah, and I also see the red dot that I haven't looked at it yet. So now when I want to view the bid, I'll click on the eye here. This will drop down so I can see what the price is, who the assigned resource is, service date and time, and then if there was a download of a Word doc or PDF, I could download it here and look at it. We also do have an opportunity to post questions as well, and I envision this may or may not work the same way that I showed before. So and if that's the case and I didn't hit accept bid or decline bid and hit save with a question in there, maybe it brings us back to a pending status. Got to think through this just a little bit more. So in this case, let's say I don't have any questions and I'm looking at the bid and I like it. I'm going to click the accept bid, and then I will hit save here. And now we can see I've now been brought back into the services page, and I can see for termite inspection that the service has been scheduled. So basically this means I've accepted the the bid for the termite inspection from Specialty. I also see Specialty Inspections is now inserted in here because they're the bid that I accepted. Any other outstanding bids for termite inspection would effectively be, you know, I don't know, null and void. And then that's it. I have my services selected, and that's it for now. Thank you very much.